Hi, Janie.
Oh, hey,
You got the
Mr.
sub plans for me?
I sure do.
All right, who am I for? Who am I subbing for?
Lesson.
On the agenda over
There's your
here.
key. That's going to be for Mr. Isaac.
History. You know, I have a bachelor's in history from UMass.
I'm sure you do.
What's good?
Yeah, that's good. Good.
All right, everybody. So, take out your books. Everybody all set? Okay. So, American Revolution. One of the first big issues of the American Revolution was the Stamp Act of 1764.
That's 1765.
1765, okay? It's a big deal. Taxation without representation, okay? So, Sam Adams led the attack on the British ships during the Tea Party.
Organized it. Sam organized it. He didn't lead it.
Okay, thank you. Organized, okay? Organized the Tea Party. Okay, so moving on. So most of that tea, as we know, was imported from India.
Tea was from China. It's mostly green tea from China.
Okay. All right. Okay, China.
China.
All right. So, right in the beginning, the Americans wanted independence. Do you know? Oh my Lord.
Not really. You know, in 1775, the British and King George, they wanted protection.
They just wanted protection. Okay. So, just basically boils down to this, kids. My contention is that prior to the Revolutionary War, okay, the economic modalities, especially in the southern colonies, could most aptly be characterized as an agrarian.
Of course, that's your opinion. You're a tech teacher. You know, you just got finished reading some Marxist historian, Peter Garrison, probably. You're going to be convinced of that until next month when you come in here quoting James Lemon. Then you're going to be talking about how the economies of Virginia were like prehistorical or like agrarian. That's going to last until next year when you come in here quoting, regurgitating Gordon Wood and talking about the pre-utopian.
And I'm Mario.
Welcome to the transcript. This week, Katie and Jamie attended the Silver Cord Bowl, an a cappella performance.
Amped Up learns more about the intense sport of wrestling.
Cheap Thrills compares the specialty menus of two competing fast food chains.
And Lucas hosts the Nacho Show with some new guests.
Tune in to the end of the episode for some important updates.
President Trump delivered the State of Union address on Tuesday night, standing in the House chamber where he was impeached in December. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, whose outstretched hand Trump declined to shake, ripped up his speech when it was over. Macy's plans to shut down 125 of its stores over the next 3 years, and 30 are set to close in 2020. The Wall Street Journal reports the company will also cut 2,000 corporate jobs. Competition is fierce in the retail world, with Macy's going up against rivals like Amazon and Marshalls. Kansas City Chiefs Derek Nottie celebrated his Super Bowl win by covering the pet adoption fees of 109 animals from his local animal shelter. Coors Light is hoping to reinforce the NFL players' good deed for Valentine's Day by encouraging people to adopt before February 14th. Coors is volunteering to pay for up to 1,000 dog adoptions across the United States. The beer brand is also covering up to $100 for each rescued canine, which will result in more than $100,000 worth of free adoptions.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Katie.
Last weekend kicked off 4 Sundays in February, a month-long series of local art events. The first show was the Silver Cord Bowl, annually held on the day of the Super Bowl.
The Silver Cord Bowl is an a cappella performance from several New England area groups. This year, the performers consisted of the Northamptons, the Dartmouth Airs, Berkeley Upper Structure, the Skidmore Dynamics, Tufts SQ, the UMass Doo-Wop Shop, and Smith College's Groove Acapella.
We talked to Steve Sanderson, the event producer at Northampton Arts Council and one of the hosts of the Silver Cord Bowl.
My name is Steve Sanderson. What I want people to know about the Silver Cord Bowl is how much work the collegiate a cappella singers bring to this. They start working as soon as they're back to school in September, obviously, and they craft a set that is for this stage, for this event. People should know how hard it is to blend sometimes 10 harmonies, 10 voices or more. Some of the groups have 15 to 20 members. People should come to see the Silver Cord Bowl because it's unique. It is Northampton's own event. It happens in a beautiful old hall, John M. Green Hall at Smith College. It brings the community together. It brings 2,000 people together to celebrate a cappella music. Years ago, it was a competition, but that didn't feel right. So the organizers before me changed it to a showcase. There's still a healthy dose of competition amongst the singers.
We also talked to members of the Northamptones.
My name's Tess.
My name is Kendall. I've been in the Northamptones 2 years.
This was like my first year, so I've never really performed at the Silver Cord Bowl, but I have sort of watched the shows. And I think just what makes it different is you're singing with all these other a cappella groups, and they're also a lot older, so it's fun to watch them and see what they do and what we do.
Because they're older, they have a lot more knowledge on a cappella itself, so just talking to them and getting to know them it's equally as great as performing itself. There are about 2,000 people in the audience, and you can see every single person because of the lighting there, which makes it a lot more intimidating, but the thrill of it is also very exciting.
Yeah, and every year the crowd is always a different crowd, so we also have to pick our songs according to how we feel the vibe's going to be with the crowd. I feel it would be intimidating, we kind of feel a little intimidated with all these other groups that are so much older than us, but it's just fun, and we can learn from them, and we can all just have fun and sing together.
And watching them sound check is awesome. Just watching how they interact and how we interact differently than they do is just really cool.
Visit NorthamptonArtsCouncil.org to find out more about the other 4 Sundays in February events.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Hamped Up. Welcome to Hamped Up.
Y'all ready for this?
Wrestling is an intense sport as athletes battle until physical and mental exhaustion within the arena and at practice. Fatigue is not an option for these athletes as it can result in harmful injuries. So how do these athletes stay energized without eating what the taste buds desire? Weight class is a constant struggle for all wrestlers. We sat down with members of the wrestling team to discuss how they steer clear of malnutrition while remaining at the top of their weight class and at the top of their game.
I probably consume a lot because I'm in the heavyweight class, so I don't have to worry about my weight because I can just eat and not go over because I'm in really far from going over 285. So I'm good, but they have to worry about their weight.
Just the practices, they help us lose weight. And it's harder to gain weight because the practices, you only drink one water break, and that's it. And it's hard sprints, just hard drilling for just 2 hours.
But in practices, they really help because you lose 4 or 5 pounds by just running, and you lose a lot of weight.
We sat down with former WWE wrestler Thomas Matera, who is now a gym teacher in East Hampton.
I wrestled for WWE from 2004 to 2006. This is the 20th year I've been in professional wrestling, so WWE was just a short time, 2 years, parts of 3 years, but obviously you get noticed more for doing that. The most famous person while I was in WWE that I wrestled was probably Kane or Big Show. When I first got into wrestling, I would want to eat a lot, bulk up. You thought you had to be 250 pounds. You have to be jacked, and you have to be in shape. You have to be athletic. But I've always been more along the lines of bigger isn't better. Being better is better.
Boys basketball lost their game against Holyoke on Monday, 68-55. Girls basketball won their game against West Springfield, 51-34 on Monday, and won their game against Hampshire on Tuesday, 74-35. The wrestling team beat Mohawk on their senior night meet on Tuesday. Tonight, girls basketball plays Holyoke at 7, and both indoor track teams look to take home another Western Mass title starting at 6 at Smith Indoor Track.
Today, our guests are...
I'm Lucas.
I am Charles. Oh, that's a bit. Dink.
Let's get into some questions. So, personally, this is the first time I've ever been happy to see the Chiefs win a football game. Now I'm wondering, who are you supporting for the Super Bowl?
Lucas.
Well, I was just happy that the Patriots weren't in it. I thought it was a pretty good game, so I was
I could not say the same.
Well, I had the Patriots. That's who I got for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think we performed very well.
I agree.
Yeah.
So what about the halftime show?
Lucas, you're
I watched bits and pieces. I was playing a foosball like most of the time, so I didn't catch all of it, but my mom said it was like very inappropriate for my 9-year-old brother. She was pretty mad. I got really excited when the Hulu ad started playing. I thought Tom Brady was gonna retire, but I was pretty disappointed by the ending of that ad.
My lord.
All I know is that finally, after years, the Chiefs finally broke the curse of just not being good.
Not being good?
Not
Well,
being
you
good.
know, ever
I mean,
since
they're
Andy
still pretty
Reid
bad.
arrived, they were doing pretty well.
They're still pretty bad, but
Sure.
they won.
Yeah.
It is brown. The day after the Super Bowl, people be celebrate. Should it be considered a national holiday?
Only if the Patriots win. It should be a national holiday.
I feel like since so many people watch it, it really just sucks to get up early the next day and
Yeah.
go to school or go to work. It's really just awful.
I mean, going to school always sucks.
I mean, yeah. It's,
I say, like, being on the winning or losing team, getting up and, like...
Yeah. I believe that, we as Americans, and so many of us watch the Super Bowl, right? It's like the most watched television event. Like, come on, guys. Like, do you really need that one extra day of school? Like, I'd rather just have it at the end of June, you know?
Yeah, facts.
They had some very riveting answers.
He had some very riveting questions.
I'm glad I got to come have this meal with you guys.
Yeah,
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been an honor, man. Thanks for inviting us, and hope you have a great rest of your semester.
That was all for this Friday's episode.
Got nothing to do tonight? Come to Function Lust Improv Show at the Black Box at 7 p.m.
Also, if you want to surprise someone for this Valentine's Day, send a message with a goodie bag to be delivered Friday, February 14th.
Candygrams will be sold in the lunchroom until next Thursday.